Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Trinity 7, Episode 7. So, once again, a really good episode of the series. Now, I think the series might actually get a lot more attention if it didn't have so much fan service in it. And sexual jokes in it and whatnot. Because this episode was littered with sexual jokes, but I really did love the drama in here, okay? And it actually made me feel sorry for Lise. Even though she did act kind of slutty at times. I guess I can only really count it as being acting slutty if she's doing it to, like, all sorts of guys in the series. But so far, there have only been 2 guys in this entire series. Two guys in this entire series, Arata and the Headmaster, so... She was she technically did show the Headmaster her boobs, but that was only because he's a filthy pervert just like Arata, and so he kind of wanted to touch them instead of actually fighting her, of course. But I guess she's not all that bad, and I actually really felt sorry for her. The only thing I'm kind of wondering and concerned about is that they're claiming that they're going to save her. Okay, apparently she had, like, I don't want to call it an epiphany, but she had, like, apparently felt sorry for what she'd done, but she said that she couldn't escape from the space-time continuum, apparently. Because whenever someone uses a spell like that, they're permanently trapped within it. Okay. So how are they going to save her? That's a really big question that needs to be asked here. How are they going to save her? Is their magic actually stronger than that can break that curse on someone who uses it? It's very interesting and something that does need to be asked here. But in the end, though, I did feel really sorry for her, okay? I really did. I really liked her as a character. And also at the very end of the episode, the Headmaster, along with this other chick who was with him, who I don't think we've seen before, says that the other evil mages have made their move. So there's another organization of evil mages that they're going to be fighting later on in the series. And it makes me wonder, was Lise actually working for them? Maybe she was like a pawn of this organization of evil mages. And, a disposable one at that. Like a really low-ranked disposable pawn at that. Okay, and I actually do have a theory here. Maybe they're so powerful that they're able to use space-time manipulation magic without being cursed like that. And Lise just wasn't strong enough, so she wasn't able to. Okay? And so, if someone who is strong enough uses it or tries to reverse it, then they actually can. So that's actually very interesting. That could possibly tie into how they're going to actually save Lise. Now, I couldn't imagine them actually letting Lise continue to be a member of the Trinity 7, though, and attend the school, because after all things she did, I couldn't imagine them just turning a blind eye to that. You know what I mean? It's really weird. But if my theory is correct, though, then that one short, blonde-haired chick, the one, I forget what her name is, she's not Lise's sister, the other blonde-haired chick, she supposedly is, like, the strongest of the Trinity 7, okay? Aside from, her and Yui, definitely. The Trinity 7 were built up so far in this series. I'll just talk about them as a whole. The Trinity 7 so far were built up so far in this series to being like the strongest in the strongest like mages in the world, supposedly I thought. But if there are mages that are powerful enough to break that, but they can't, even if they work together, they're kind of fucked if they have to face some of those other mages. Because if their mages stronger than the Trinity 7, then that's really saying a lot. Okay. So, overall, I thought this was a really good episode once again. Despite turning a lot of other people away with its fan service, it does have a surprisingly somewhat strong and coherent story and plot and whatnot, and narrative, and the pacing's actually really good. Like, Lise wasn't one of these villains who shows up and then is just shoved out in like 1 or 2 episodes. No, she actually stayed for like 3 or 4 episodes, I think. Right, they dealt with her for that long. So, yeah, the pacing so far is actually really good, and I really hope that it keeps up this pace, too. Okay, so overall, if you've yet to see this week's episode of Trinity 7, I definitely recommend you do. I really enjoyed it, like always, and yeah, I cannot wait for next week's episode. This series is really good so far, to me at least, okay? Granted, I'll admit, I do like to look at the fan service, but personally, I think that there's more to the series than that, alright? So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See that you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.